If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here.
What is happening with Whoopi Goldberg? I've been hearing so much controversy over Whoopi, the whole View over the last few weeks. Ever since, the View is always controversial,
Actually,
but
what is wrong with America?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Controversial, but
what is wrong?
For some reason, I've been hearing a lot about Whoopi Goldberg. Let's dive into it. I want to see what they're saying, because I heard something about people complaining about her status on how much money she makes, and then something with a bakery. It just seems like they're building up for something else.
That people are having a hard time. Me too.
Yeah.
I work for a living. If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. I literally just work here.
Whoopi Goldberg now facing some backlash after trying to compare herself to working class Americans on The View.
If I had all the money in the world, I would not be here. I'm a working person, you know? I come to work, I smile, and then I go home.
It all went down at the round table.
The reality of it is, yes, she does have a job, right? And people tend to think that celebrities have all this money in the world. Yeah, they make a lot of money, and anybody knows that makes a lot of money. When some people, if you're not fiscally responsible, when you make more money, you spend more money. So somebody could make $30 million a year, but who knows what their overhead is, right? They might have a lot of staff to pay. They might have agents. They got to upkeep their home, all these different type of contracts. They got to travel. I know Whoopi doesn't fly, but again, it's still a working person. Now, in terms of working class and this whole class conversation, it just kind of gets out of hand, and people have different perspectives on that. But it's not to say that she's not rich, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a lot of overhead. And we see that people that have a lot of money, depending on if you say the right or the wrong thing, it could be taken just like that. So it doesn't mean that someone's not over you or someone's not pulling the strings. There's not too many people that are really, really free, if you understand what I'm saying. So, from that perspective, yeah, I think she does work, right? If she had all the money in the world, would she go on The View? Maybe, because some people get to do whatever it is that they want to do. They have all the money in the world, but they still work. Rich people still work. People that have businesses, they still work inside of their business, So this whole conversation around work can get a little tricky, but I think really where this is coming from is from the conversation around the election, right? Because they feel like the Democratic Party kind of alienated themselves from the working class, right? So now they're trying to rebrand and have a conversation about, oh, well, I work, so how could I alienate myself from that class when I'm a part of that class? Completely different things, right? I think someone else on The View was talking about being a high income earner, right? So that's different from someone that's, living paycheck to paycheck. And I think that's really where the conversation and the contention is coming from. People feel like you're not in my category, though. You still don't feel the same type of pain that I feel. But like they said, more money, more problems. So it's a different set of problems for other sets of people. And then I think sometimes it's just kind of hard for people to sympathize and empathize depending on what side of the spectrum that you're on. So I will say that. But like I said, she did have some other issues. I'm going to take another look at some of the other videos that are out there. What's going on with the whole bakery story. And I also hear that there's word that they might be getting rid of Whoopi and maybe Joy Behar. So not really the one that kind of gossip. It's not really my thing, but I see that this is what people are into. And we got to figure out, again, my job is to really connect the dots, right? We're talking about the economy. We're talking about where the future work is going, what AI is going to be doing in the future, and what does it mean for even celebrities like this? We're watching films right now, and their celebrities are not in the film. When you think that's a real person, it's really a deep fake, right? So the whole contract issue that happened last year in Hollywood, where they were talking about they're not making a lot of money, and they were pushing back. The unions were pushing back, and they wanted to make sure that the writers were able to keep their jobs.
Protests as they battle studios and streamers for better residual pay and protection against artificial intelligence.
Their jobs. Some celebrities were selling their likeness, right? Or they didn't own their likeness, and now they're going to be able to leverage that celebrity's likeness, their image, and their voice to be able to make films without them even in it. And they probably just pay them off. So if she's talking about not having it the way people think she does, it could be true. And what her future looks like with this new age that's coming in, everybody's getting hit, right? And celebrities are no different. So